there's three basic points that you need to realize. There's 3 points if you're a parent or a student, if you're in high school or middle school, that you need to realize if you want to get into Harvard or Stanford. I'm going to go over these very quickly, simply because of brevity, because of the time constraints. The first thing is that you need to make sure that your high school career embodies a singular, cohesive theme. What that means is, if I want to apply to Stanford's architecture program, architecture, among the many things it embodies, one of the things it embodies is being cutting edge. Now, I apply to Stanford's architecture program and I say, hey look, you guys represent cutting edge work, I'm cutting edge. They're going to ask you how, prove it to me. And you say, my high school career has embodied this ideal. My research is cutting edge. My community service is cutting edge. My publications are cutting edge. My research is cutting edge. Everything is cutting edge. Everything represents that singular cohesive theme. Why this is important is because a lot of students end up doing 15 different projects, 15 different classes, and it represents nothing. And when you apply to the applications, the admissions board, they see that the application is just a bunch of fluff. You're taking AP English one day, and then you're taking astrophysics the next. There's no connection between the two. And the study abroad you've done, or the research you've done, has no connection with why you're saying you want to go to law school. So singular cohesive theme is very important. Along the same lines, in order to see if you have a singular cohesive theme, I would urge the parents tonight, and the students as well, go home, physically print out the application to Stanford or Harvard or whatever it is, and sit with your child and literally fill out the application. It will show you the deficiencies in your applications and the strengths. Once you recognize the deficiencies, you can work towards eliminating those deficiencies. It's an easy example that on Harvard's application, there's a small thing on the bottom, on the third page or whatever, that says that if you have a musical or artistic talent, let us know about it. Now, if you are a senior in high school and you find this out when you're applying, you've lost 4 years of your life when you could have cultivated an artistic or musical talent. But if you print that out now, you have 4 years to cultivate that talent and check that box off and show them what you're made of. Along the same lines of an application, with scholarships as well. Just like your college application, print out the scholarship application, use that as a checklist. Okay, that's your overview. Now, the second part of this presentation is that there are 11 key components to making sure that you have a Harvard or Stanford worthy application. If you have these 11, you are extremely competitive. I can't say a guarantee, but I haven't seen somebody who has these 11 not got in. Number 1 is grades. Simply, the higher the grades, the better the chances. Number 2, AP classes. The more challenging the coursework, the better the chance that the student is going to get into Harvard or Stanford. If your school does not offer AP classes, try to get your parents to force the teachers to get AP classes. If that doesn't work, go to the local community college and take community college classes. The more challenging the coursework, the better the chance of you getting into Harvard or Stanford. Number 3. The test that you take. PSAT should be taken your sophomore year, no later. SAT and SAT 2 subject test should be taken your junior year and by your junior summer. Do not wait until senior year, if you can, to take these exams, because your senior year you should be used for applying for early decision. So if you're still taking exams, you can't apply for early decision. 1,000 other students have beat you to the punch. So have everything finished by the summer of your junior year as far as exams go. Also make sure that you have a test prep course. If the actual course itself, which is around $1,000, is too much, at least buy the books and have your Amma and Abba sit with you and lovingly explain to you any deficiencies you have, or go to the Jamaat people or whatever it is. But this is an extremely important exam. Don't take it lightly. Number 4, along the same lines of a cohesive theme, your internships, your community service should represent that idea. Only do 1 or 2 community service events and internships, but do them for 4 years. And make sure that you get the best experience you can out of them, the best letters of recommendation, the best product. Don't do 15 community service events because nothing's going to come with it. Number 5, your research and publications. High school students do not put an emphasis on writing, and they need to. The majority of students who get into Harvard or Stanford, they know how to write. The benefit for the Jamaat students is we have the best English Writers Guild in America. Majlis Ansar Sultan al-Qalam, or what we externally refer to as the Muslim Writers Guild of America, teaches you how to write. Now we teach you how to write specifically for Islam-based campaigns, which Huzur has specifically said that we need to do. But even if you publish on Islam issues, the fact is that your writing acumen increases, and then you can transpose that onto secular subjects. So, New York Times publishes something tomorrow on infectious disease. You're an infectious disease guy. You can write a letter to the editor. Why? Because you have training because of the Muslim Writers Guild. So you are ahead of the high school curve because of the training MSQ is giving you. If you want to know more about Muslim Writers Guild, go to muslimwriters.org. Okay, muslimwriters.org. And also the attractive thing about doing MSQ work is not only do you publish on Islam, but you also publish on secular issues, and you have a cosmopolitan application. So when the admissions board looks at you, they see that this kid is diversified. Not only does he know his subject, he also is passionate about his faith. So he's a very well-rounded, very aware student, which is just far more attractive, far more commanding application. Next thing, if you do your writing, you will have a good chance of writing a good personal statement. Every school requires a personal statement, maybe more than one. If you do your MSQ work, Muslim writers work, your personal statement will be shining. If you don't do it, it will probably be rubbish. 7, you study abroad. Make sure, just like with your internships and community service, it also represents a singular cohesive theme. For example, if I want to study architecture at Stanford, I don't do a study abroad at France in culinary arts. I go to Greece, and I study the Acropolis, the Parthenon, whatever. And I can show that, look, not only did I have the organization to go study abroad, but I went there for a real reason, to represent that singular cohesive theme. I'm passionate about architecture, and this is the lengths to which I will go to learn about it. Number 8, I say this in every table. I wish this was a more cosmopolitan Jamaat. Right now it is Punjabi dominated. The US is Punjabi dominated, right? That's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is, if you are black, white, or brown, you can exploit Jamaat resources to learn languages. Urdu, Farsi, Arabic are all there for the taking. And it makes you an extremely attractive applicant if you know these languages. Not only just because there are 3 languages, but because it's so relevant to American foreign policy to know these 3 languages. And also, if you don't like Urdu, Farsi, fine. Learn whatever French or Spanish. But the more cosmopolitan an applicant based on languages, the more attractive he is. Number 9, your resume. You don't need any one specific template. There's a billion out there. But just make sure that whatever you get, it does succinctly explain your high school career. If you need help on that, talk to us. We do not do resumes the night before. We need a couple months. If you give us a couple months, we'll make your resume shine. Number 10, your letters of recommendation. Make sure they're diversified just like your application. Get one from your high school guidance counselor, from your science teacher, from your community service, from your study abroad, from your internship, from your publications. The more diversified the letters of recommendation, the more cosmopolitan you are, the more attractive you are. Finally, scholarships. Apply to as many and win as many as possible. These are the 11 components to an application. These are available, or if not, they will be available on the Taaleem website. And I'm here as well for more questions afterwards. Now, how do you put all of this madness into an organized fashion? These are tracks. These tell you year by year what you need to do if you're a social science student or a physical science student, when to take classes, when to do sports. It basically organizes your 4 years. Okay? I'll be here after for Q&A, or even after the session ends. All of this will be available online as well on the Taaleem website.